Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, my people. We rocking steady into this Tuesday groove. That's right, I love the old school good morning. Now, yesterday, we did something as Knicks. We did something we haven't done in 30 years. We swept our back. Now, granted, we almost let that one go yesterday. The, but we didn't in the day. It was a rough game for Julius. His shot just wasn't falling, which happens. And you can literally tell by the end of the game how tired he really was. That dude was spent. And but they fought. And it's this fight thing that these young men have now. This is what you're excited about, Knicks fans. You're excited about that fight. You're not. It's hard to say you're not necessarily concerned with the point production because you are. But sometimes we get a little bit too hung up on the point production. And that takes our eyes away from other things that are going on the court. Other uses and other beliefs and stuff like that. Techniques, etc., etc. There's a lot of us out here in the Knicks base that aren't the biggest fans of our starting point guard. But we all have to realize the coaches. So while we're all waiting for Tibbs to make a move, we got to kind of realize he's not making that move. He likes what Elf is bringing to the table. He likes the size. He likes the defense. And honestly, same with Frank. It's like they both have kind of the same thing. If their shots fell with more frequency, I don't think we as fans would have any issue with them, either one of them, whatsoever. Because the shot doesn't fall with regularity, that we get frustrated, and that's literally all we end up seeing is the points. We don't see the other intent, who's being in the right place, forcing the other player to have to be in uncomfortable positions, things like that. You know, those things are also hallmark to a successful team and a successful season. You know, these things are definitely hallmarks. So as the points come, and I do believe the point production will come, maybe, listen, Elf is not going to be a 20-point scorer. You know, it's just not. That's not in him. But if you can give me a solid 15, 16 a night, you know what I mean? And not even threes. I'm not the biggest cat on threes. I'm really not. You know, I really feel like too many threes is a really poor way to play this game. You know, just because you can shoot doesn't mean basketball is an outside game. It's really not. It's an inside game. And you use the outside to open up the inside game. That's really what it is. You know, and I've had this argument before, but I'm sorry, 39, 42, those are not good percentages. You know, if you're shooting 40% from three, that means you're missing 6 for every 10 shots. You're missing 6 for every 10 shots you make. You're only making 4 shots. To me, if you're only making 4 out of 10 shots, stop shooting that shot. You know, the long rebounds and all of that doesn't play well into the hands of your offense. That plays into the hands of the defense. You know, you really got to have great shooters if you really want to have a three-point shooting team. I mean, as a team, you got to be shooting anywhere from 65 to 70% from three for me to want to consider using that, taking 30, 40, 50 shots at that a game. Hold on. I'm sorry. I just feel like we shoot too many threes. But that being said, if RJ can continue his mid-range game, no, the mid-range is not dead. Will y'all start trying to kill off basketball? Nothing is dead. The skyhook isn't dead. Nothing is dead. It's basketball. If you decide to kill off a move because it's, I don't know, a move, then to me that's your bad and not the bad of basketball moves. There's literally no reason why people should not be using the skyhook, especially if you big tall centers and can't shoot. That skyhook is darn near indefensible, and everybody knows that. So use it. You know what I mean? Mid-range, light them up. Kawhi makes a living in the mid-range. There's literally nothing wrong with the mid-range. Mid-range, at least with those rebounds, you have a better chance of getting an offensive rebound than you do with a three. You know what I mean? And again, it's a closer shot, so your shooting percentages should increase with the mid-range. And it's 2 points. A bucket is a bucket, fam. So, you know what I mean? And when you're struggling, you got to get a bucket. Or when your team needs it, you got to get a bucket. And if they're giving you the mid-range, take that. Quickly, I love you. Your floater is dangerous, but they going to start game planning for it. So you're going to have to dig a little bit more into your repertoire with that. I saw a little of that in the second half. They started kind of moving up on him a little early and not allowing him to get that running floater off. So, and that kind of slowed quickly down a little bit as far as offense in the second half. Kevin, just keep being steady, brother. Just keep toting that rock, keep doing that work, chopping that wood, and it's gonna definitely come for you. That 30-point plus victory against the Celtics to set off the weekend was quite marvelous as well. And completely and utterly unexpected. I did not expect, I wasn't sure if we were going to win that game, but I felt like we would do. The last couple of games that we had lost, we were fighting in, and I just felt like it felt like, especially with that Cavs loss, it felt like we took that angrily. Like we knew we should not have lost that game. And I'm not going to say we're turning a corner. I think a certain corner has already been turned. But the growth is definitely there. And this is not last year's team. And we kind of really got to stop putting last year and the years before on this team. Anybody right now telling me about Dolan or what Phil did or Melo or any of that, and automatically I'm not hearing you anymore. I cannot live in the past, yo. You know what I mean? Right now in the present, dude, 15 games in, we're 7-8. 15 games in, we're one game under 500. For a team that did not win its fifth win until after, the 21st or 22nd game last year, yeah, the proof is in the pudding. This is a different team. And it's weird. It's like we picked up an all-star in a way with Julius Randle, because he had the points last year, but he didn't have the impact. This year, even without the points, he only scored 18 points last night and struggled. But his impact mattered. You know what I mean? And, that is what's making us special. So please stop trying to trade him, because his trade value is higher than ever right now. Yeah, but so is his value to the team. We can't keep cutting our nose to spite our face. So we need to kind of sit back and watch these next 15 or so games and keep enjoying what this team is trying to do for us. That's all I'm saying right now is that this team is really trying to do something for us. We've got a tough next 5 games coming up. We've got Golden State Thursday, the Kings on Friday. Then we have the Jazz on Sunday. No. Portland on Sunday and the Jazz on Tuesday. Then we finish off the week with the Cavaliers. And that's the first home game of that whole week. So we've got a 4-game road trip. And it's out west and teams are battling. The Warriors, if Steph get off, we lose in that game. I wish we had Frank back for that one. But if Steph has an off game, Oubre and them, Wiggins, I think we could win that game. Depending on if we come out with energy and defense and come out trying to stay, if we come out and can contain Steph a little bit, we should be in good shape. The Sacramento game, to me, that should be a win. I know Halliburton is playing great, but the team as a whole, we'll see. But my worry with that one is it's a back-to-back. And so they're going to be tired, and plus with the time change and all of that. This is the first West Coast trip, I believe, of the season. So this will be a little bit of a test for them mentally and physically. I don't think we're going to beat Portland, just to be honest with you guys. I love us. I love Portland. Dame is a freaking beast. If McCollum is out, then we got a chance to steal that one. And then we got Donovan, Gobert, and them. And I'm pretty sure they want to get at us for the last time we played. So if the tour goes wrong, we'll be 1-3 coming out of the tour. If the tour goes right, I can see us being 2-2 out of there. And then Cleveland, and we've got to beat Cleveland this time. I think in the next 5 games we can come out of it 2-3. If we come out of it if we come out of it 3 wins, 2 losses, even better. But realistically, I think we win 2 of the next 5 games. So what are we, 7-8 now? Yeah. I mean, we're going to be hovering around 500 through our first 20 games. And again, that's not bad at all, coming from having been deep down in the loss column for the last few years. So I'm excited about, listen, every time you tune in, you're going to watch the show. They're even in a rough, tough, poor offensively executed game, it's still going to give you plays. It's still going to give you defense. It's still going to hustle. So that's worth tuning in for just for that. So keep supporting, keep rocking, keep believing in these Knicks, keep buying merch, keep supporting our podcasters, the ones that are bringing it to you real, bringing it to you live, without any Cole Anthony agendas or anything like that. It's like every time, something got to be more important than what we bringing out there onto the court. Cole Anthony, listen, I love you, Dad. I'm glad he was a Knick, but there was no guarantee that you was going to be a Knick. You know what I mean? And if you holding some kind of grudge, that's on you. But for the media to be bringing that up like it's something, come on, guys. Come on. And why is it that every time on television when we have a game, especially when we win, When we lose, you show us missing shots all the time. When we win, you show the other team making shots. I don't get that. We win, but you showing like Boston highlights and stuff. It's noticeable. It's noticed. All I'm saying is keep it fair, keep it 100. These young men are working hard. You know? Your man, Coach Fa, Knickerbocker Avenue, Candid Minute. You know what it is. We got a big show tomorrow night. As a matter of fact, my man Devon Hardy is stopping by. He's going to give us some great tax advice and some advice on these stimulus checks. And then we got hip hop aficionado J Live coming by to hang out with the fellas, talk about some new projects, talk about the hip hop culture. It's going to be great as always. Coach Fa, Mr. Lewis, the Candid Corner every Wednesday night at 9. The next game is Thursday at 10. Let's go Knicks.